What's up, everybody? Welcome to See You Next Tuesday. I'm your guest host, Josh Alexander, and today my guest is Jade Chung. That was my impression of how you do this.
That's how I do it?
Yeah, you're very you don't talk normally. You try to talk sexy. Like you're very.
Oh, I try to talk sexy.
You try to talk sexy on the podcast all the time.
Wow.
I don't mind listening to it for that purpose, but.
Welcome to See You Next Tuesday.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm Jade Chung.
Yes, you are. You're my guest. I'm the first guest host on See You Next Tuesday.
You are, so we should tell everybody why you're the guest host today.
Because we don't have internet, and we haven't had internet all day, so you can't really do your podcast with a guest. And it was my suggestion, since I know very little about you, that maybe I should interview you.
Actually, I got to give a shout out to Twans, because she actually gave this idea of you interviewing me, and I thought he probably wouldn't go for that.
Well, great minds think alike.
There you go, Twans.
Yeah.
So, yep, apparently a truck hit a pole. It's been down since noon, and it's 8:45 right now. I had a guest lined up for tonight, which I was super excited about.
Yep.
But...
And now you get to be a guest.
And now I get to be a guest.
So it's not all bad, you know? Everything happens for a reason, as they say. Maybe you're meant to be sitting in that chair.
In this chair.
Yeah. Anywho, so I'm the one that's supposed to host the podcast, not you. So you should probably stop talking now and wait for me to lead all this stuff.
Wow.
Well, that's how this works, right? Or do you just want to go? Do you want to interview me?
I've interviewed you twice already.
I don't think there were interviews. They were more just conversations. Okay, so in the past, 2-3 weeks, we have gone to your father's house and cleaned out old, what we call it? It's not garbage, but like rubbage? Is that a word?
It's definitely not garbage.
No, but like it's all stuff that...
Memories. I call them memories.
Yeah. You can't call stuff memories, okay?
That's what they are, memories.
You have memories that are attached to these belongings, but you have... You can't call a bag of Halloween candy from 2002 in your closet memories.
Okay. Not 2002. Where did you get that number?
Well, that was the last time you were a teenager, so I just went with that number. So.
Well, in my defense, I did leave to go travel for wrestling in 2003.
Mm-hmm. So does that mean you left the candy behind at that time?
Yeah, and I
you just
forgot about it
in your closet for 20 years? Okay. Yeah, so we were going through all this stuff in several bedrooms and portions of the house. And, we filled 2 dumpsters. And in the process of doing this, we discovered a lot of interesting things that, we can talk about, I think. So, what were your most prized possessions that you think you had found and you dug up? I know you've gone over some stuff in the podcast already, but what had the most sentimental value other than family photos and stuff like that?
Oh, I was going to say that. Family
photos.
I'm
not here to make you cry any more than you already do. So there were some cool basketball jerseys. There was some, those original Backstreet Boys t-shirts would probably sell for quite a number.
Why did you make me throw it out then?
I didn't make you throw them out.
Why didn't you say something?
Because I'm not there to trump
if I'm
whatever
making money,
your brother is saying.
I'm making money, you'd be making money too.
Yeah.
If you saw some money value in it, why didn't you say something?
You gave them away to your niece.
I had some pretty good Backstreet Boys concert t-shirts. Damn.
That's it? That's all you had?
What?
Keep going.
No, I'm just talking about those type of t-shirts.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, it was nice to go through all my wrestling memories, and a lot of them were photos that I don't remember. So it was nice to see it,
we talk about the photos of you hanging off AJ Styles?
Oh my God.
Like, go ahead.
Okay, so AJ was my favorite wrestler, as
clearly.
everybody's. No, but he's talking about this Polaroid. So there was a show in Michigan. This promotion was bringing me in by posing as a fan. So they had somebody bring me over to AJ. And before the show, AJ comes up to me. And I've known him before through BCW. Scott D'Amore's promotion, and he said, "Yeah, so I guess you're posing as a fan of mine tonight." And I laughed. Basically, I got walked over to AJ. He was doing a photo and autograph signing, and I was to go get a Polaroid and act as a fan in front of everybody in this long lineup. And then later on in the show, I basically sat front row until the guy I was managing came out, and I interfered and we won.
So a little backstory behind the discovery of this photo. You weren't at the house yet, and your brother found it, and your brother was just like, pfft, and he turns it around and goes, "You know this guy?" And I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I think everybody knows that guy. And he goes, "Well, she's a little close to him." And I go, "Yeah, she is. You're right."
Shut up. My brother said that?
I'm not kidding. You were hanging off him like it was the first bicep you ever grabbed in your life.
What are you talking? Okay, I have this photo, so let's look at this.
I hope you show everybody this photo.
I will show you.
Not a jealous bone in my body till that day, just saying.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
My brother actually said that.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, everybody knows who that guy is.
Did he know it was AJ?
I told him. He was just like, "Oh, I thought he has long hair." And I was like, "Yeah, he does now." Your brother had no idea who AJ Styles of TNA and ROH was?
No, not back then.
He knows football gloves that make P1 and long hair, long flowy dry hair.
So after you told him it was AJ, he was just like,
I don't know.
Okay,
he was like, "Throw it out." I'm just like, "No, I'm going to keep this one." Yeah. So Backstreet Boy shirts, some basketball jerseys, AJ Styles dating photo.
He's really upset.
7,000 photos of you and Shane Douglas.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Of course.
How do you turn everything sexual?
You're blushing so hard right now.
You were talking about me talking sexy on my podcast.
You're into strapping blonde boys, okay?
Oh, God. Jesus.
Anyway. Yeah. So there was that. And then, about, I would say 400 pounds of clothes.
Man, I threw out a lot of clothes, which hurts my soul.
Yeah, mod robes and bell bottoms from Randy River.
Did you find those?
You found them in the basement. I saw you holding them up like you were going to wear them again. And I'm just shaking my head. Listen,
bell bottoms are in right now. It's made its cycle back.
You're also a mom.
Yeah. Moms wear bell bottoms.
In 1970.
And it's been cycled back to 2021.
Are you Donna from that 70s show?
Do you not know fashion right now?
I wear short shorts and stringer tops. I know fashion. Okay? The way you looked at my new shorts the other day. Wow.
Which one?
The ones that make the noise when I take steps. they're my strip. They're my strip club shorts.
Josh, where are you? Your legs just swishing around and all.
Yeah.
They're so loud. What are they? Are they actual swim shorts?
No, the other ones are the swim shorts.
So what are those? Just loud, scratchy shorts?
Running trendy shorts.
It's like you wash them in cornstarch. They're stiff. How are they comfortable?
They're short. What do you mean?
How are they comfortable?
They're fine. Leave me alone. Let me dress how I want to dress. I don't criticize how you dress.
Yes, you do. You just did.
No, I criticize how you want to dress. in reality,
well,
you
that's
live
how
your
I
life.
dressed.
You live your life wearing my clothes. So anyway, this interview is really going off the rails, and we're only like 10 minutes in.
You're a terrible guest host.
Well, I just wanted to get to the bottom of these photos, really. That's why I offered to be the guest host tonight. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy.
How many diaries and journals did you find?
Oh, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling Josh the other day, I kind of wish I didn't toss it out now because I wanted to read all of it. But I found a diary I had started when I first started wrestling. I thought it'd be cool just to, to talk about my first couple years. And I took a picture of one because it made me laugh and thought, wow, things don't change. It was a show and Shane Douglas didn't make it for, there was a family emergency. And so Shane was facing Sabu that night. And then I wrote, Sabu no-showed, which made me bust out laughing. Because that's what he's known for.
I mean, yeah. Sabu being Sabu. Okay.
Sabu being Sabu. But, I mean, he's a great guy. He's always been great to me. So I don't want this to sound like I'm shit-talking him.
He no-showed ECW, okay? Like,
did he?
Yes.
Oh. But I thought that was funny to me. So I was like, oh, even I knew then.
Yeah. But Shane Douglas couldn't show up and you were very upset. So you wrote how upset you were in this?
I was really bummed because, A, I was supposed to be managing him. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to do something on the show. And B, like, I was just bummed I wasn't able to work with Shane again. Like, every chance I had to work with Shane,
So now I have 2 follow-up questions for this.
Have you just been waiting to ask me these, but you couldn't find the right time? Because the look on your face right now of all the questions you've been waiting to ask, you like make it look like you're thinking, but then you just randomly just aggressively ask.
It's not aggressive at all. I'm pretty calm.
Okay.
So when you started wrestling in 2000 and... what year?
5.
You started wrestling in 2005, but you left your house in 2003 for wrestling?
Hang on. Oh, man. 2003, sorry.
So everybody heard that on the podcast, right? Okay. Because I just went back 5 minutes to her mentioning leaving the house in 2003.
Yeah, 2003.
Okay, because I started wrestling in 2005, and you're much older than me, so...
That means nothing.
When you started, was your intention immediately to be a manager? Or did you become a manager because of your insecurities with wrestling?
That's a really good question. Thanks for asking that. Not really. I trained to be a wrestler. Yes.
Yes. As every manager should.
Yeah. And because I started off, you got to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I was showing up to shows just to get booked. And, like I said before, Scott Timore booked me as my real first show, booked me as a manager. And I think working with Shane, you know what? I messed up. I messed up real hard on my first show with Shane.
As a manager?
As a manager.
Okay. You were also like 18.
I was young, yeah.
Yo, that photo that you showed me of like your first booking with BCW that I took a picture of and sent to Scott, I was like, there's some predatory behavior in booking you at that time. You looked all of like 15 years old.
I looked
wearing
young.
Pants with like no sides in the legs.
That was in.
I don't care if it was in. Where was your father? I would not let you leave the house dressed like... I'm so lucky I don't have a daughter.
Yeah, internet wasn't a huge thing back then.
Internet?
Yeah.
You were dressed like Christina Aguilera and dirty. Anyway, what did you mess up?
Shane fed... I forget who his opponent was. He fed him.
To the ropes.
To the ropes for me.
And took the ref away?
To choke him. But Shane sold to the other side, and I ran to the other side to go check on Shane.
And you went, what are you doing? You should choke him.
So he went, after I talked to him in the back and asked him for like advice and stuff, he didn't rip into me, but he did tell me like everything. And he told me like what I should do. And I think that's why I just hold Shane up so high, is because he didn't get mad. He knew I was new, and he just wanted to help.
That makes a lot of sense as like a nurturing, thing rather than, but like somebody like Shane Douglas at that point, like much like myself, it's not that I don't take indie shows seriously, as I very much do. But if something were to go wrong, like the guy I'm wrestling screws something up and doesn't do it like amazing, like I come to the back and some of these guys are like it's the end of the world to them. And I completely understand it. I'm just like, literally, it doesn't matter, man. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? And I think Shane Douglas was in that same thing. Like, he wants you to get better, but he needs you to understand that, like, that's not the end of the world. Everybody learns from their mistakes. That's the only way people learn.
Yeah.
You need to make mistakes, because then the next time that happens, what's the first thing that goes through your head? You're like, oh, I fucked that up last time. I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
It's like this little trigger in your brain. That's how everybody learns. And the only people that like never improve are the people that either are too afraid to make mistakes or the ones that don't learn from making mistakes.
Or don't listen.
Well, that's the same thing, right?
Yeah. And I think that's why I was disappointed, like I was saying in my diary, that I didn't get to work with Shane that night, because every time I worked with him, I learned something. Could be the littlest thing, but it was something that helped me along the way. And so I guess to answer your question, I think I enjoy managing. So I just started off managing everywhere, although there were a few Michigan shows that I did wrestle on randomly. Yeah, I basically owe all my managing skills to Shane.
Yeah, but like, not to like put you in too much of a vulnerable position, but you were very critical of yourself, as I am critical of myself. But I bring up like Jet watching you against Crystal Banks on YouTube, and you like can run and hide in the closet and like go la 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 and put your hands over your ears like it's the most embarrassing thing in the world. But like, at some point you had to have wanted to be like, you were like, I want to be Trish Stratus, or I want to be Medusa, or whoever you looked up to. You wanted to do that. But then you pivoted and you became like a wicked bomb-ass manager, which is fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You're just very hard on yourself.
I am very hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
What was the point of that question?
I don't know.
Why are we talking about this?
I just wanted to know why you... Because it's not like you abandoned the wrestling thing. It's just you never really, put everything into the wrestling thing. You put it more into the managing side. And I just wanted to know what the conscious decision was of that, if there was a conscious decision. Because it doesn't mean one's any less than the other. I think right now, when you're brought up in wrestling communities, people remember you as being an awesome manager.
I hope so. That'd be nice.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I think it was kind of my path, the entire way through wrestling. It just so happened that
especially at that time in wrestling, it was probably easier to get bookings, managing.
Yeah.
Because there was far more male wrestling on shows, especially independent shows.
There were a lot of managers back then. Yeah. Yeah, it was easier to get booked for managing. And like I've mentioned several times before, times back then were different. I'd say it was hard for, it's hard for everybody. I think as a female wrestler, it would be really hard if you weren't in a clique. Mm-hmm. Manager, it was I mean, hard as well, because you're not even looked at as in the same caliber, right, as a wrestler. But I guess it's just my luck. I'm going to say my luck, because I just kept getting booked, and throughout my entire career, there was no plan, zero planning, and I just went with the flow and just went wherever it took me. Any opportunity, I took it.
And it was an adventure.
It was an adventure,
Clearly,
yeah.
because you went all over the place in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And did a lot.
Yeah.
So, that's cool. That segues right into our first game.
Oh, gosh.
Which we're going to pick our Survivor Series team of who would be your managers.
Yes.
Pro wrestling managers, not like, that time you worked at Manchu Walk.
Restaurant manager. I worked at the Manchu Walk
I
head office.
I found your pay stubs, okay, in your room. That's why I brought it up.
I was the administrative assistant to HR.
Favorite managers?
You don't care. Okay, number 1 is most definitely Sherry Martel.
Knew it.
She's my absolute favorite.
Yeah, I know.
I have to do Miss Elizabeth.
Knew it.
My third one, Bobby Heenan.
Surprising.
And I got one more.
Yeah.
Oof.
There's a very obvious one that I thought you would have picked already.
Oh. I want to go like old school.
Sure.
I'm trying to think though. Did you think I was going to choose Mr. Fuji?
No.
No. Because he's pretty badass too.
Yeah. Is that who your pick is?
I was thinking of him. I was trying to think if there's somebody else.
I mean,
there's
no right or wrong answers to this one.
No, I know. But I think I should have at least another male. So, I will stick with Mr. Fuji.
So, we have Sherry Martel, Miss Elizabeth, Bobby Heenan, and Mr. Fuji. You hear that? No love for you, Prince Nana.
I knew you were going to say that. You're such a dink. I said
thought for
old
sure
school.
you were going to be not.
I said old school.
No.
You're such a dink.
He's going to listen to this. He's going to call you. He's going, Jade, I love you. You know I love you, but...
That's why I specifically said old school.
Like they all had to be old school picks?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they don't all have to be.
Well, I wanted it
Maybe
to.
I would have picked like Lana or something in mine,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, there's not many managers. I thought Leo Rush was like one of the best new managers I've ever seen. When he was with Bobby Lashley, like that was like cool. Much like MVP with the Hurt Business, I guess. But like, I don't know. I just like managers with attitude. You know what I mean?
Well, they're good mouthpieces.
Yeah.
Me, not so much.
You're great. You just have zero confidence in yourself. No matter how many people put you over for it, you said, no, they're all lying. They're lying to me. They can't be telling me that I'm good when I'm really good.
All right.
All right. So what's next? We're going to wrap this up or what?
You gonna wrap it up already?
No.
You've asked me 2 questions.
Are you going to come back to wrestling?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I try to think about it, I don't know where that opening would be.
It would probably be like in an independent capacity, right? I'm thinking like somebody like beats me up in an indie show. You come up, cover me up. They put you through a table a la Mae Young and Dudley Boys, And then we do like a mixed tag.
Why are you trying to hurt me right off the bat?
You get hard weight at some point. It's really bloody.
Wow.
We do some good business,
Thanks.
What?
You're truly looking out for me.
You want to wrestle.
You're just, I will only put us over.
Well, I just get the tweets of people wanting you to manage me or like you to get signed to Impact and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need a manager though.
I mean,
That's
some
the
people
problem.
clearly think I do.
I think they like the idea of having, you know, another Eddie and Alish.
Hmm.
You know?
Yes.
I think that.
Well, there was Taya and John Morrison.
Yeah.
Sammy and Jess. There's a lot of couples in Impact here. Correct. Anyway.
Did Jess come out with Sammy? Like before?
No, but they both have been called death machines, and like
Yeah.
they've all had like that kind of 6 degrees of separation where everybody knows but doesn't know. It's
Oh, yeah, but they had no like crossover with that in
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah. Sorry, I just released that to the world. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully the dirt sheets doesn't pick it up, you know. Okay, so the pandemic is supposedly coming to a close.
Supposedly, yes.
Okay.
We said this so many times.
Well, we've seen provinces completely lift mask mandates and lift all restrictions. Not our province yet. But other countries are doing it, like modern countries like England is doing it in 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything's going to be lifted. So you see a light at the end of the tunnel where possibly, you know, we can return to normal. What are you looking forward to most about the end of this year and a half? Whatever you want to call it.
You know, I don't think that they're going to drop the mask mandate.
Okay, well, this isn't about speculation. I was asking what you're looking forward to. Like
Well, I was going to say I'm looking forward to
situation.
not even touching a mask again.
Well, yeah, okay. So let's look forward to that. Let's not say they're not going to do it. Let's just be like hopeful that they will.
My number one thing is being able to watch you at an indie show again in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. I was so excited. Your last one, well, probably your only one during the pandemic was Destiny Wrestling's when they had their outdoor show.
Mm-hmm.
I was so stoked for that. And I was so happy.
You got there just in time.
Yeah. I got there. I parked and started walking up when Mike Bailey was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you can see George the Iceman on the video of the match that's on YouTube, like running across to the other side to like grab you and like bring you over.
Bring me.
Yeah, to like the VIP section, which was just like the other side of the ring. Because it was in a parking lot. But yeah, I didn't think you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say what I was going to say, which is like just bringing the kids to an indoor playground and just setting them free.
Oh, yes. If you want to talk about, you know, as a family, yes. Me, selfishly, wants to see you in person. And I don't... Okay, I love watching you on TV, obviously. But, like I've always said to you, I love it when I hear the fans chant Walking Weapon. It's like my most favorite thing to hear echo through the walls. What are you doing? Don't do that.
You just...
What are you doing? No.
It's not nice.
What? You're not nice. What's going on?
There's never...
It's a good thing we're not doing video this time.
Well, like you... I've been dealing with like stuff for the last like half year to year of just like different stupid family bullshit and like making me realize like who really cares about me and all this other stuff in my life. And when you say stuff like that, I've just never had anybody that's really proud of me. I have people that say they're proud of me. You know what I mean? But like you, it's like, it's on a different level. And that's why babe, stop crying. It's an audio only podcast. If you just sucked it up, I wouldn't have to say anything. Yeah, but I've never had anybody that's like actually proud of me. I've had other people say, "Oh, yeah, Josh, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You know, you went to university, first person in the family to graduate high school. You know, you don't drink or do drugs. I'm proud of you." All this other stuff. But like, you know, you're like on a different level of supportive, and I can't communicate that well because I haven't grown up with genuine support ever. So when you do that, that's why sometimes I get weird. Do you understand?
That makes sense.
Okay. We're learning about each other right now.
Since this is audio, just so I don't look like a complete loser, I wasn't the only one who teared up just now, okay?
Not a tear fell from my eyes. They may have welled up a little bit at the sound of you talking about, being proud of me and doing the things I do. Because if there's one thing that I've never had any support in from anybody, it's the really wrestling thing. Because nobody's ever understood it. They thought I was just playing in spandex every weekend, and there was never a possible light at the end of the tunnel. But hey, it's been a good past couple of years. Finally broke through that threshold that I was beneath for so long, and now it's just off to the races, And you get to be part of all of that because it really didn't start until, we met.
You okay?
You got nothing to follow up for that? This is the Josh Alexander solo podcast with sniffling Jade Chung sounds in the background.
People are really going to get annoyed at me when they're just trying to listen to you because every single time you're on, I'm bawling of some sort.
Well, let's play a game to just change the mood, okay? Let's do the wrestling move game. I'm going to say a wrestling move, and you're going to say the first person that comes to mind. Not like you haven't heard every possible answer for these.
I know, it's going to be hard, because I usually don't like to pick the same answers as everybody.
Okay, super kick.
I have to, because he's my favorite. Shawn Michaels.
German suplex.
Kurt Angle.
Good answer. Moonsault.
I'd save myself for a good chuckle, but... Oh, somebody just did a beautiful one. Who did I watch last? It was you.
Where? Oh, the Ironman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I save that one for special occasions.
Yeah.
It comes out once every 7 or 8 years. It's like a lunar eclipse,
And you hit it too.
Yeah. Even though TJ rolled in and I'm
Really?
Little inside scoop. I put him down exactly where he needed to be, dead center in the middle of the ring, because I go far. And then I literally look between my legs, and he just rolls in one. I go, I've never done this. Like in his head, he was like, Josh likes Kurt Angle. He's gonna do like Kurt Angle. He's gonna go straight up in the air. And I was like, oh, I've never done it. But then I like literally up there, like all the adrenaline's pumping. I'm like, can't fuck up now. You know what I mean? And then yeah. I wrote German suplex twice in this list. Powerbomb.
Oh. Rhea Ripley.
Clothesline.
Jet. He's so stiff.
Yeah, he throws like the Lugerest clothesline of all time.
Luger.
Just like the stiff arm, like nothing with this, drop kick.
I was gonna say Maven, but I don't want to because I think you said Maven, right?
Of
in the
course,
first.
I said Maven.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
He's the premier drop kicker on planet Earth.
AJ Styles. He's not. He's not
as tall as me, that's for sure.
I love you.
I'm all out of moves. All right, favorite memories from this pandemic.
Favorite memory. Oh.
I'm using this as like, this is the end of the pandemic podcast, but it could really go on for the next 5, 6, or forever. I don't know. But
Forever.
I'm just being hopeful.
I think, I don't want to use this example because it was very recent. But I have to say our anniversary dinner, which happened a few weeks ago, because it just felt different. It felt different. It was nice. We hadn't been out on a date
We had 2 dates in all of 2020. So yeah.
Yeah. And, and obviously going from having date night every Wednesday when we were doing playback and going, driving to Toronto and getting our Uber food.
Uber Eats.
Having laughs with Alex.
Third wheel Alex.
Huh?
Third wheel Alex.
Third wheel.
Yes.
Dr. Claw.
Mm-hmm.
I still have an image of him peeling his orange.
So it felt different.
It felt different. It felt good. It felt refreshing. It felt love. It felt like another level of love.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
I didn't do anything.
Your eyeballs are shiny.
You just like...
You know what? Why aren't we recording this? Because you...
My favorite thing
have wet eyes.
My favorite thing is how you cry and you look at me and you go, "You never cry for me."
It's true.
And then like if like one of the kids does something and like my eyes well up, you go, "Oh, you'll cry for them, but not for me." Nice to see you have feelings for a change.
It's true.
Well, I'm sorry that you cry every day.
Oh man, hormones are terrible.
Oh, hormones. You're just a pussy.
I am not.
Where were we again? You felt love.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was needed.
What did you have for dinner?
Oh man, I had a lamb shank.
Mm-hmm. It's called a Yorkshire pudding, by the way. I knew you were going to ask me that.
Yeah, whatever that is. That was weird.
It's a very like famous dinner pastry, like puff pastry thing. But it was stuffed with apples and
cheese, brie.
Brie cheese, yes.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good.
I had salmon, and it sucked.
Excuse you.
I also had a glass of wine. I was getting real risky that night.
You did have a glass of wine.
Yeah. 2 glasses, I think.
Did you?
Yeah,
oh, yes, you did.
Dinner cost $200.
Yeah.
It was great, though. I would love to go back every week, but I'm not rich. And we have children.
Yeah.
And no babysitters.
Wow.
Other than big props to Shane Saber.
Yes.
For coming and sitting on our couch in the dark and playing on his tablet, watching our children while they sleep. We have a giant television with literally every streaming app attached to it. And this man chose to sit in the dark with his creepy beard. So when we come in after the date, it's just the glow of his tablet bouncing off of his hairy face. But yes, we appreciate him.
Yes, so much. He rescues us so much. Shane Saber, you are the best.
One of the I did a podcast recently for Holden Albright.
Yes.
And I brought up the twats, and he almost like record scratched, like he had to explain what the twats were. Like it's an acronym. It's not just like you guys are calling each other twats, like it's hate speech or something. Like he got real nervous for a second. He was like Toronto. What did it stand for?
Toronto Wrestling Adventure Team.
That is the coolest name I've ever heard in my life.
Guess who came up with it?
Kingdom James.
Yes, you're correct.
Yes. He's at home with like a whiteboard and different colored markers trying to figure out the best acronym name possible. I'm sure you were trying to order like basketball jerseys with everyone's name on them at some point. Like you're all very arts and crafty weirdos. So, the inception of our relationship came from you wanting me to be a part of the twat group. Did you know that?
What?
Remember the time I no-showed the escape room, and that was when you like slid into my DMs? You were like,
Oh,
hey.
not to be in our group, to join us.
Well, you wanted me to join you. Let's be honest. You're not,
Yeah.
you're not texting me at midnight on a
That's
Saturday.
right. No, this is after you first slid into my DMs.
Yeah,
and
to assist you with the basketball thing. And we've told that story.
Yeah, and so I said, come out and
Enjoy yourself.
And what lie did you tell me again?
I didn't tell you a lie.
You sure did. You later admit it. You said you were busy.
I was busy. I could have left. I just chose not to.
Why didn't you? So why didn't you want to come?
I'm lazy. I just didn't feel like driving to like downtown Toronto to escape a room. I probably wanted to watch like Naughty America on my computer in my bedroom by myself or something.
There you go. It was the first time I asked him to come hang out with me, and he didn't want to come.
You didn't ask me. Nelson set it all up, and then I no-showed. And then you asked why I wasn't there.
I sure did.
Because he texted me. He was like, Jake kept asking where you were. I was like, I never committed to it. He goes, well, she was asking. I think she's interested. She's got that cake, bro. I was like, okay. But yeah, I had to, on the podcast with Holden Albright, I had to discuss the inner workings of this beginning relationship, because I guess the twats didn't know anything because you didn't tell your best friends anything. And they just saw us appear at Kingdom James's birthday party, kind of like close to each other, but still as ambiguous as possible for them to be like, I don't know what's going on. I think there's something going on, but I don't know there's something going on. You know what I mean? So it was funny to hear it from his perspective.
Sweet.
Like he drove Brent home that night and he was like, I think Josh and Jade might be together. And Brent just like did like a, maybe, who knows, like this weird thing. Meanwhile, we were like holding hands. I'm pretty sure I was touching your butt like all the time. But anyway.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Me trying to get you to dance.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You were. Yes or no questions. You have to say yes or no really fast, okay?
Oh, God.
Okay?
All right.
Ready? Did I bring you flowers on the first date?
Yes.
Did you make me wash my hands as soon as I came to the place?
Yes.
Did we kiss that time?
Yes.
Did you eat oysters?
No.
Did you eat mussels?
Yes, you keep forgetting. Doesn't know the difference, guys.
What else can I ask? Were you wearing a BJ Penn shirt?
No.
The green one?
Yeah.
That's the one you were wearing.
It's just a jiu-jitsu
it's
shirt.
just a jiu-jitsu shirt. Well, shows what I know.
I mean, you could have just said, were you wearing Roots to Fight?
Okay. I'm really going off the rails with this. Did we hook up?
What do you mean by hook up?
You have to be fast.
What do you mean by hook up? It could be two different meanings here.
Hooking up is hooking up.
Hooking up is hooking up.
Hooking up is like,
No.
No, we didn't. You're right. You're a very honest, good, nice woman.
Woman?
Yeah. But you did take a picture of me in my underwear that night.
I did.
Mm-hmm. This is the kind of content people want to hear. You want to cry again?
Are you gonna make me cry again?
No. I'm going to play another game.
When did you get ready for this?
In the shower. Okay, this is a little game that I like to play. And it's called This or That.
Oh, God. You're such a dork.
What?
You got this all ready. This was... What's that word?
Spontaneous?
This was a spontaneous thing because I had to cancel my podcast.
Yeah, this is my way of showing you that you do not need to take 7 days preparing.
Man, you know what?
For an interview.
When I get to that point, I hope I do. But for now, I pay too much attention.
Correct.
Which is a good thing, okay?
This is a really good one, okay?
This or that. Let's go.
This or that. Friends or The Office US? Way more thought than I thought she'd need. We're already in the weeds.
All right. The Office.
Mm-hmm. Noodles or rice?
Noodles.
Chocolate or candy?
Chocolate.
Jordans or Roots of Fight?
That's rude. First of all, that's so rude.
You can only have one.
You can't.
You have to throw out all of one of them.
You
Which
can't
one are you
do that.
keeping? I can.
Oh my god.
That's why this game is called This or That.
It's an awful, awful question.
Mm-hmm.
Roots of Fight.
I would not pick Roots of Fight. No chance. I can get a t-shirt anywhere.
Good for you.
All right. Step Brothers or Bridesmaids?
Damn it. I can't. Step Brothers.
Los Angeles, California, or Guelph, Ontario?
Oh, you're so rude with these. Oh. LA is too expensive. I'm going to say Guelph.
That's your rationale?
Yeah.
Guelph is just as expensive as LA.
Guelph is my hometown, guys.
Yeah.
I love it forever and ever.
You ready for the last one?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Does it involve Josh Alexander?
Yes.
I knew it.
It's not what you think it's going to be.
What?
I think you think it's going to be something else, which I should change it to.
Josh Alexander or AJ Styles?
Yeah. No. You're close. Josh Alexander or Tom Hardy?
Let me think hard. Just kidding. Josh Alexander.
You're such a liar.
You're such a liar.
So, when she used to go to work at the nightclub and I'd stay at her apartment, so she'd wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning when she got home from work. I went through her hard drive on her computer because she had downloaded movies to watch. And that's how she watched movies illegally through torrents. And I noticed that there was 7 Tom Hardy films and one other movie, like Bridesmaids or something. And I was just like, what the? She must really like Legend and all these weird ass. She doesn't like gangster movies, but she had Legend downloaded on her computer. It's because she was just fantasizing about this dude.
You're wild.
You're allowed to admit it.
You're wild.
Am I wrong?
No, I have told you.
Don't stutter. Don't you dare stutter.
I'm not stuttering. You know I like Tom Hardy.
Now the world knows.
Oh, God. He hasn't been around.
What? Why would you say it like that? He hasn't been around. Like he was around at some point?
Your face. What?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, there you have it. This is my interview with Jade Chung. I don't know if you got all the information you wanted out of her. I certainly didn't. If you want, I can make her cry again. Say something nice about me so I can well up and make you cry. She cries immediately if I show feelings.
Well, how about I just tweeted out today about your entire successful impact timeline from when you got signed all the way up until today. So let's go through it for those who don't follow me on Twitter, which should be at JadeChung11, Twitter and
They're
Instagram.
They're listening to your podcast, so
I gotta pretend I'm the guest.
Okay, so I signed in.
You signed February 19th?
February 2019, and then I debuted April 4th or something, 2019.
Can I just pull it up so we're just not like, okay, one of these days?
Yeah, I'm just throwing out random dates. I did a lot of cool stuff.
Okay, let's do this. Now, Oh, good. Internet's not loading. Let me...
Here, my phone will probably work. I have an Android.
Oh, shut up. Oh, now you're talking about how your Android's so much better. I had to switch to an iPhone.
You didn't have to.
I didn't have to.
You chose to.
I chose to for a personal reason. Anyway, one of my Facebook memories popped up. And it was July 5th. So today is July 5th. This was back in 2019. And it said Impact Wrestling Timeline. It's a check mark. February 24th. Signs 3-year contract. April 12th. TV debut. July 5th. Wins Impact World Tag Team titles. And I said, congrats, Josh. I'm so freaking proud of you. Hashtag proud wife. So that memory popped up and I immediately had to share it because how friggin' amazing. And I tweeted out posting the screenshot and I said, time to update to let y'all know. Awarded 2019 Tag Team of the Year. October 24th, 2020 becomes 2-time Impact World Tag Team Champ. And then you were awarded the 2020 Tag Team of the Year. And April 25th, 2021 wins Impact X Division title. Forever. Hashtag proud wife.
You didn't hashtag Ironman there, though.
You know what? Twitter needs to, let go of all these character
Well, you just didn't have
things.
to hashtag impact.
Well, I wanted to hashtag impact. I want people to see it.
Yeah, it's been a cool 2.5 years now. Got a little bit of time left to see if I can do more cool stuff. But, I mean, the Ultimate X match coming up at Summerversary is going to be awesome. That's like a definite bucket list thing I wanted to do before, I ever finished wrestling. Whilst I was in Impact. Not that I'm saying I'm going anywhere or anything like that, but, if I wrestled in Impact for 10 years and I never got to do an Ultimate X, I'd be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I get to do it at least once. Probably only want to do it once by the time I'm done with doing it. Because now as it's getting closer and closer, I'm like, man, a lot of stuff's going to hurt. It's going to be wild. But yeah.
And what are you going to do as soon as you get to the back after your Ultimate X match?
Probably text you and let you know I'm okay.
And if you can't?
Tell someone else to tell you I'm not okay.
You have someone in mind right away?
Probably Jake something.
Okay.
Whoever's around me. Be like Jake something or Jordan Grace or somebody I know that can contact you.
Yes. Just so we have a plan. Because it's usually not, indie shows, it's easy because we know. I know.
I'll be fine, though.
I know you'll be fine, but you know what?
It's not planned for the worst. How
Okay.
about that? Are you reading tweets? Is that what you're doing right now?
I'm not reading tweets. There was a tweet I wanted to read that replied to my Impact timeline.
Yeah.
And it was Mr. J Wrestling Heel. He says, to be honest, until he debuted on Impact, I had no idea who
Can
Josh
we pause
was.
for a second? Reread that?
Why?
I just want to just pause. Reread.
To be honest, until he debuted. Debuted?
Debuted? It's debuted.
Debuted. Oh. Fuck, shut up. I hate you so much.
ESL. ESL.
Hey, I'm fucking proud of being
You have a
an
great
ESL.
excuse. I'm just helping you.
The great thing is I can just...
Debuted.
The great thing is I could edit this out.
You've been watching too much Bridgerton, clearly. He's debuted on Impact.
Bridgerton is so good. Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Oh, okay, whatever. Okay.
I don't even watch it. I know it.
Well, let me read that again.
Mm-hmm.
From Mr. J Wrestling Heel. He says, to be honest, until he debuted... Debuted? What did I say? Shit. Can you say it again?
Debuted.
Oh, okay. And to be honest, until he debuted on Impact, I had no idea who Josh was.
Okay.
And I replied to that saying, no one did. because you were Canada's best kept secret for so long.
Yep.
And all you needed was an opportunity to be seen.
Yes.
And once you're seen, you could take it from there. And I think you've proved that.
Well, I think that's why this 2-year run's gone so well. Like, I had so long on the independents, hidden away in Canada, getting all this experience, working the best people in the world, that, like, by the time Scott D'Amore was like, hey, we'll give this guy a shot to see what he can do, I was able to take every opportunity Impact gave me and just, you know, as they say, hit a home run, because I have all this experience. Like, it's not just talent, it's not luck, it's not anything like that. It's just, I have experience in all these situations already. So, like, when you put me in them, I'm prepared.
Scott also admitted in my podcast with him that I was trying to get you booked too. I was the first to try to get you booked with Scott.
At BCW?
Yeah.
Like the time I went with you?
No, not the time. It was at the Blue Jays game, and then afterwards we all met up at the Greek place.
Yeah.
But that's when I was like,
I've asked him
book him.
I've asked him why he never booked me, and he told me it was because it was too expensive. I was like, you never asked me how much I charge. He was just like, I just knew. You know.
Scott just needs to see you. In person, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, you always said that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he came to a few Destiny shows.
Yeah. That's because he's such a busy guy. Like, even not just like business side, but like personally too. He's super busy. And the best way for him to see you is live. So, you know, he's doing these seminars now. And if you ever want to get looked by Scott, that's your best chance.
It's true. He brings up the most random people from these seminars that he's just like, I like that guy. And I'm just like, I've never heard of him. Like, I don't know. Like, and then I'll bring up somebody like, you know what I mean? Like, that has like indie cred and all this stuff. Be like, I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? Like, it's very strange, but like, it's like a bubble thing, right? So like, it's like, there's certain people you trust that like put people over to you and all this other stuff. So yeah, doing that would definitely help.
Yeah.
I was going to say something before that, but then I lost my train of thought.
About you working for Impact?
No, there's something else. Oh, little cool like tidbit from the Ironman match. So I came to the back. I haven't told this to anybody, so I'll just tell it on your podcast to give everybody the scoop.
Oh, dirt sheets.
I came back from
Come to my podcast.
I came back from the podcast and like everybody's clapping and people are hugging me. And, like,
you came back from the match?
Congratulations and
Not
all
the
this other
podcast.
stuff. And
He didn't even hear me.
people are hugging me, telling me how great I am and all this other stuff and asking me if I'm okay because my face was like completely like mangled. And what was the first thing I did? I came to the back and I called my wife on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And I had a nice ugly cry.
Oh, yes. You went off when you had time on by yourself.
So like the most like the ugliest I've ever cried in my life. Right after we got married.
Yeah.
Jet being born. When that doctor told you to rip out your baby.
Don't say it like that. I hate it when you explain it like that.
Deliver your baby.
Did not speak like that.
Yeah,
He said, you're ready. Go ahead. Deliver your baby.
And you were like, what? What does that mean? He's
Yeah.
like, just deliver your baby. So you grabbed that little sucker by the armpits and just tugged him out.
I delivered Jet
And
on my own.
Josh literally went like, whoa. And then I just uncontrollably cried for a solid 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, me too. I lost it.
It was the most euphoric feeling of all time. Like if you bottle that, I'm sure that's what like heroin or whatever feels like. Like it was insane. And then the third time would be after this Ironman match. Like I like the tag belts, the X Division belt, like they're all cool, but they never like hit me in this like emotional way where like the Ironman match happened and getting the recognition from the like because you didn't have people there was no fans, so you couldn't get the recognition immediately. Like I had to wait 3 weeks for it to air to like hear if people thought it was good or to see if it was good. But like getting the recognition from my peers that were there, it was just like this weird feeling, much like those two situations of just like you're like overly elated or happy or relieved or like a combination of all the things, where like emotionally I was just completely spent. So I had a nice ugly cry with you on the phone, and I told you that it just felt like I'd waited my entire career for an opportunity like that, because I knew if I got that opportunity I could make the best of it, and I felt in the moment like I did. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was crying like that. But a cool little tidbit was I picked up Showtime Eric Young from the airport in 2006, and I drove him to a show in Oshawa, and he brought this up to me, and brought this up to some other mutual friends and wrestlers in the locker room afterwards. I guess he was watching the Ironman on the back with like the rest of the boys, and he leaned over to one of the person that goes, "This guy picked me up in 2006 from the airport. He asked me what I could do, what he should do to be a wrestler." And I was like, "Well, you look terrible. You don't look like a wrestler at all. You look like you should be bagging groceries. You should probably work on that first." You know what I mean? And like, it was like his like way of being like, "You're not like on my level to be on TV. You need to do a lot of work to even get to that point." But then I guess he said that, and he followed it up with, "Now look at him. He's a fucking animal. He looks like a goddamn killer. He's out there having the best match I've seen in years," or some crazy like thing. And like that was passed along to me from the person he mentioned it to, and I had a good laugh because I remember picking him up at the airport. I remember being like super nervous and like asking such silly questions when like I was just a little boy in a singlet. And yeah, it came like full circle 16 years later, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Feel good story right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned it's a feeling not like winning the titles, the tag titles or the X Division title. And I think because many people have held those titles and are able to hold those titles, but many cannot do an Ironman match.
And a compelling Ironman match at a pace like I get tagged in these comments and stuff. People are like, "Oh man, it dragged on here and it dragged on there." If you compare that match to Brett and Sean by just like sheer like pace, I'm not saying like match quality or whatever, because I think Sean and Brett is like the standard bearer, but like the pace we cut for that entire match is insane. Like for anybody to try to criticize that, you're out of your mind. So like, yeah, I just it was a physical just depletion of everything, an emotional depletion. I was mentally like just spent, and I put everything I had and everything I possibly could into that moment, and that's why afterwards I just broke down.
I think what people are forgetting is that we haven't watched an Ironman during this entire pandemic. Mm-hmm. So and even then, how long ago was the last
it's like 2008 or something.
Okay.
Or something like that. It was a long time ago.
So that was the last time there was like a big Ironman match, right? Or like something that was talked about.
Yeah, it happened in Raw, I think.
And then also you take fans away from it. So you're not even watching it live. Mm-hmm. Which also takes away from, fans seeing it differently. Mm-hmm. So I think people tend to forget those things while they were watching the Ironman and have stuff to say. And this isn't me just defending Josh or anything, but like, think about it. It's true. You guys, it's tough not having a crowd because wrestlers go off of crowds, especially for an Ironman match. Usually I know you, Josh. Sorry, I scratched you hard there. I pointed at him so hard I scratched him.
I'm no selling it. I'm Jade having a contraction right now.
I know that you, because you did the 2 Ironmans in Ontario, right?
4.
Was it 4?
Mm-hmm. 2 with Kobe, 1 with Holden Albright, and 1 with Carter Mason.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking the ones with Kobe, but you go off fan reactions in all your matches. And so if there's anything that you need to tweak, you'll do that spot in order to get the crowd up. So that was also hard, that people also need to realize is that you and TJ are not bouncing off of anyone's reaction, and you're just going by what you two feel in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
That, and there's no adrenaline because there's no crowd. Like, there's no, like
build up, no, like, revving up and stuff like that.
Yeah, nothing like that. Yeah. I'm forever going to be proud of that for these reasons. Like, people, like, bring up, like, oh, it would have been better with a crowd or all this other stuff. I'm just like, I'm happy we did that in the pandemic era. Like, sure, it would have been awesome with, like, 10,000 people losing their minds, but, like, I can hang my hat on the fact that I did something that I don't think a lot of people can do. And, like, to do that with no crowd is, like, yeah, you're right. That's, like, the asterisk on it, but it's also, like, the reason that makes it special to me.
And just because there was no crowd, like, you have to understand that they also didn't stop or didn't pause or any of that. And I'm so glad that Impact decided to show the entire, 60 plus minutes of the match, just to really show everyone that, these guys didn't take those breaks with commercials on, when they were showing it live.
Yeah, the television, yeah. And, like, that was very important to both of us. Like, when we did it, like, they had talked to us about it, being like, yeah, you only really have to wrestle for 42 minutes or something. And, like, both TJ and myself, with, like, foolish pride, were like, no, we have to do a full 60. And, like, I was the one that pulled some people aside and was like, you have to upload the entirety on YouTube. Like, I'm not going to kill myself from not everybody to see this. Like, this is important. And that it's just I knew that there's only a handful of people that have ever done these on television. So, like, it's very important to make sure everybody sees everything. It's just going to set Impact apart. It's going to help me and TJ's brand. It's going to help Impact. It's going to help everything. And now, like 130,000 people have watched it on YouTube already.
It's wild.
It's cool. Yeah. So this is the See You Next Tuesday podcast with your host, Jade Chung, interviewing Josh Alexander for the last 20 minutes now.
Sorry, it's the host in me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the host in me.
But as time rolls on, we're over an hour in. I think we can wrap this up, and you can give me that Father's Day back rub you've owed me for a few weeks.
You're
now.
such a liar. I never offered.
I just wanted you to.
That sounds so harsh.
Thank you
but
for letting the world know that you didn't offer me a Father's Day.
I didn't offer. You offered a Mother's Day 30 minutes.
I gave you a Mother's Day
30.
Don't you start.
You didn't let me finish. 30-minute massage, which you said I was gonna get one that night, which I didn't. Okay.
You didn't ask for it.
You were sleeping, which I didn't. And then when I did ask for mine, but it only lasted 15, so I still have 15 minutes left. I just want you to know that. Okay, you gonna wrap it up?
Me?
Yeah, you're supposed to wrap up.
The podcast. Yeah, cool. This has been fun. I've enjoyed interviewing you. I hope masks.
Such a robot.
I hope masks aren't a thing going forward as well. And I look forward to going out to eat lamb shanks again sometime.
That's it?
Keep your fucking hands off AJ Styles.
Until next time, guys. See you next Tuesday.